All right, welcome to lesson 9.2, multiplying polynomials. In this lesson, we are going to talk about how to multiply polynomials. In the last video, we talked about how to add and subtract polynomials. So this is just going to be the next step. So let's just get started with this. So when you're multiplying polynomials, or in this case, we're going to multiply monomials by polynomials. Okay, this is basically just like doing the distributive property. Okay, so I'm going to get my arrows popping from x times 7x squared and then x times 4. So x times 7x squared is going to be 7x cubed. Remember that when we multiply a variable by another variable with an exponent, you just add the exponents. That's where we're getting the x cubed from. And then x times 4 is just 4x. And that's your answer. Okay, so that one's pretty easy. Now this next one looks a little bit more complicated. Okay, we're going to get our arrows popping, but we're going to get our arrows popping 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So I'm just going to draw my arrows real quick so I can see what I'm doing and remember what I'm multiplying. Okay, so I'm going to do 2x to the third power times x to the third power. Remember my exponent property, I need to add those exponents. So I'm going to end up with 2x to the sixth power. All right, then I am going to do 2x cubed times positive 3x squared. So I'm going to, I know it's going to be positive because both of my numbers are positive. 2 times 3 is 6. And then x cubed times x squared is going to be x to the fifth power. All right. And then my next term, 2x cubed times negative 2x. It's going to be negative 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. So negative 4 x cubed times x is just going to be x to the fourth. All right, and then my last term, 2x cubed times 5 is going to be 2 times 5 is 10. So 10 and then x cubed. All right, so multiplying monomials by polynomials are basically just applying the distributive property in a larger scale with exponents, okay? All right, the next piece of information we're going to need to do is we're actually going to talk about how to multiply binomials, okay? When you're multiplying binomials, it's really nice to remember this acronym FOIL, okay? And a lot of people talk about when you're factoring a or multiplying a binomial that they'll call it foiling, okay? This only works when you are multiplying a binomial by another binomial. So FOIL stands for first, outer, inner, and last. So it looks a little bit more complicated, but just trust me, it works. Okay, so they are representing their red terms by first. Okay, so they're doing the first two terms of both binomials. So they're multiplying 2x times 4x, which would get us 8x squared, because 2 times 4 is 8, x times x is x squared. Then we're going to do our outer term. So 2x times 1, which would be 2x. And then we're going to do our inner terms. So 3 times 4x. And then my last, 3 times 1, which would get us 3. Okay. Then what you would do is you would actually continue because we have some common terms that we could add together. So I'm going to finish this problem off. I know that 8x squared can't be combined with anything else, but that 2x plus 12x is going to get me 14x. And then my last term, 3, can't be combined with anything, so it's just going to be 3. So then this would be my answer. So let's do a couple examples that show this. So I've got, find the product, so I've got x minus 4 times 3x plus 2. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to apply that, FOIL idea. So I'm going to do my first terms. So x times 3x. So that's going to get me 3x squared. My outer, so x times 2. So that'll be 2x. Then my inner terms, so negative 4 times 3x, so negative 12x. And then my last term, so negative 4 times 2, which would be negative 8. So then I'm going to combine my like terms. 3x squared can't be combined with anything, so that's going to be by itself. 2x minus 12x is negative 10x. And then negative 8 can't be combined with anything, so it'd just be minus 8. And this would be my answer. All right. So what I'd like you to do is pause and try number 2 and number 3 for me. And then I'm going to write the answers for you. Okay. All right. So number 2, the answer would be 2a squared plus 7a plus 3. All right. And then if you paused and tried number 3, which I highly suggest you do, it would be 4n squared plus 19n minus 5. All right, so that's how you FOIL or multiply a binomial by a binomial. Okay. All right, the last piece of this video is going to be about multiplying binomials by polynomials. Okay. Unfortunately, we don't have a fancy FOIL idea that we can do. We're just going to use the distributive property in multiple ways, okay? So what I am going to do is I am going to just have to keep track of where my arrows are. So I'm going to go b squared times 3b, okay? So that's going to be 3b cubed. Then I'm going to do b squared times negative 4. Okay, so that would get me negative 4b squared. Okay, I'm going to pick a different color here, and I'm going to do it everything from 6b. So I'm going to go 6b times 3b, which would be 18b squared. All right, and then I'm going to do 6b times negative 4, so that would be negative 24b. And then pick my third color here, and I'm going to do a negative 7 times 3b, so negative 21b. And then I'm going to do negative 7 times negative 4, which would be positive 28. All right, I'm going to start combining my like terms. If I look at my like terms, I've got 1b cubed, so I'm just going to end up with 3b cubed out front. Negative 4b squared and plus 18b squared is going to get me 14b squared. Then I'm going to have negative 21b minus 21b. So that is going to get me negative 45b. And then the 28's by itself, so plus 28. And that would be your answer. All right, let's try it one more time. So I would suggest pausing, trying this on your own, and then I will show you how to do it. Okay? So again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do 2x squared times 4x. So that's going to get me 8x cubed. 2x squared times negative 3, negative 6x squared. Pick a different color. I'm going to do 5x times 4x, so that's going to get me 20x. And then 5x times negative 3, which would get me negative 15x. And last but not least, negative 1 times 4x is just going to get me negative 4x. And negative 1 times negative 3 is going to get me positive 3. Combine my like terms. 8x cubed does not have a like term, so it's just going to hang out by itself. So 8x cubed. Negative 6x squared plus 20x is going to get me positive 4. Wait, this should be, sorry, this guy should be squared. So then this would get you 14x squared. And then negative 15x minus 4x is negative 19x. And then positive 3 just hangs out by itself. All right. That's all I have for you. Please make sure that you understand the different ways of distributing the different parts or terms of the polynomials by the monomials. And then really, really, really remember this FOIL idea. This is going to be your best friend, okay? All right. Please come to class with any questions.